do both stand-up in comedy clubs and corporate events. Explain the difference in how you have to deliver the comedy between corporate world and in a stand-up club.
People who go to stand-up comedy clubs kind of know what they're getting. They forgive you. They're on your side immediately. It's like, oh, it's a comedian up there trying to tell jokes. Now, if your first joke doesn't land very well, then you might make the audience nervous. But if you've got a great little opener and a few tags and you play with the audience, they'll love you even if they don't agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
With a few caveats for some. I shouldn't say that. I think people who go to a comedy club, they know what they're getting. They might get some profanity they wouldn't get out in the real world. They might get some rudeness that they wouldn't get out in the real world. But it's all for the sake of the jokes and the fun and this gallows humor. While we're all, instead of just waiting to die, we're trying to have some fun. Now, a corporate show is different because maybe those people who are there don't even know there's a comedian tonight. Maybe they've never been to a comedy show or watched a special on Netflix. And so the tactic has to be a little different. It can look the same if you give your opener and you're there and in tune with the audience and they laugh, just it's like a normal audience, great, just keep rolling. But a lot of times in those settings, you tell a joke and people just sit there.
Right.
Now you have to change what you're doing, and you almost have to become part of this party, and maybe make the show personal. Shelf your material for a minute and talk to these people, and bring some material out and just join the party. I already said it, but join the party and become part of that group of people. A great teacher online once said, when you're doing comedy, you're on stage, if you are present and you are playful, you will win.
Mm-hmm.
Some new comics particularly, and I've done this as recently as 2 years ago, start to bomb and then go into my head and start worrying about the material. Then I'm not in the room, I'm in my head.
Right.
Stay in that room, and if a joke doesn't land, that's the setup now. Now you're making fun of yourself. Wow, that was a moment. I can't believe I wrote something so stupid. I shouldn't have had so much Ambien last night. It doesn't matter what you say almost. Just be present and playful, and even if they don't laugh very much, at the end of the show, you're like, yeah, I liked that guy. It was fun to be in his presence and watch him entertain us.
Right, like where you bring the audience in. Like, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Subscribe to the show, like it, and comment. Also, if you want the audio version because you're traveling, you're in a car, and you can't watch it, you don't have time to watch the episodes, you could go in the show notes. There is a link provided. Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, whatever your pleasure may be. Join me and listen via the audio versions on those other platforms, okay? But I really like YouTube. I like the way it's working out. And if you can, subscribe. The more subscribers, the better the content I can provide you. And it costs you nothing. So I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.